Veteran actor James Handy was fatally stabbed outside his Tarzana home this morning. The 81-year-old's tragic death has really sparked a conversation about city safety and how we're handling mental health crises here in Los Angeles. Around 9:30 in the morning, James Handy was found unconscious in his front yard on Irwin Street in Tarzana. He had a stab wound to his chest. Paramedics from the LA Fire Department rushed him to the hospital, but sadly, he was later pronounced dead there. Police quickly secured the scene after getting reports of an assault. Neighbors told police they heard arguing overnight before the attack, but authorities say it's still too early to figure out a clear motive. Michael Gledhill actually called 911 himself and then flagged down officers, telling them he had killed the man of sin. Detectives are now looking into whether this whole thing started as a domestic dispute inside the home, where Handy lived with his girlfriend and her son. So far, there's no record of domestic violence or any previous emergency calls from that address. The LAPD says there's no ongoing danger to the public, and they're calling this stabbing an isolated incident, completely contained to that property. The investigation is still active as officers gather evidence and interview witnesses from the surrounding area. Michael Gledhill, 44, was arrested at the scene and booked on suspicion of murder. He's currently being held on $2 million bail over at Van Nuys Jail. Police say he actually called 911 himself and told them he was the guy they were looking for after the stabbing. His bizarre statement, "I am the son of man, I just killed the man of Essen," immediately raised red flags about his mental state. Sources are describing that 911 call as part of a really unusual and disturbing series of events, with one neighbor even telling Fox 11 that Gledhill appeared to be suffering from delusions. Police haven't confirmed if he's had any kind of formal mental health assessment, but investigators are definitely looking into whether personal conflict, mental health struggles, or even a combination of the two, might have led to all this violence. Gledhill's mother lived with Handy and was identified as his girlfriend. No other arrests have been made, and the suspect is still in custody, with everything else quiet so far. This case has really shined a light on how we handle mental health crises in domestic situations, especially when things turn deadly. Handy's passing has brought out a flood of tributes from colleagues who are remembering him as a true pro and a respected figure. His career actually spanned almost 150 screen credits across both film and television, with roles in huge hits like Top Gun, Maverick, Jumanji, Arachnophobia, and tons of other TV series. He was especially known for those memorable character roles in shows such as NYPD Blue, Law and Order, Criminal Minds, and NCIS, Los Angeles. Handy kicked off his career way back in 1977 on Ryan's Hope, and went on to appear in over 140 films and TV episodes across decades of work. His most recent film role was just a couple of years ago in 2022's Top Gun, Maverick, where he played the bartender Jimmy. People in the industry are describing him as this incredibly dependable presence whose work really connected different generations of American cinema and television. This stabbing has really sparked fresh worries about city safety and how we handle mental health emergencies here in Los Angeles, especially after we've seen a recent jump in violent crime reports. Now, the LAPD is insisting there's no ongoing threat to the public, but this incident has definitely made some folks in the well-to-do Tarzana area feel a bit uneasy. It's sparking a whole debate about whether we should be putting more resources into community-based mental health teams, instead of just sending police on every 911 call for these situations. Those pushing for reform say incidents like this just highlight how much we really need better crisis training and follow-up care. But then you have others warning everyone not to jump to conclusions until the investigation wraps up. For now, authorities are still stressing that this was an isolated event, and they've confirmed the case is still under active review. The investigation is still ongoing, and police haven't released a clear motive for the killing. Police have confirmed Handy died from a stab wound to the chest, though there are conflicting reports about whether it was a single wound or multiple. Gledhill remains in jail without bond as prosecutors review the case. The LAPD Robbery Homicide Division is leading the investigation, collecting statements and physical evidence from the scene. Police say there's no further danger to the public, and the department maintains the incident is contained. Handy's girlfriend has not been charged or publicly named in connection with the case. So now, the focus shifts to the legal process ahead, with that's the latest on the James Handy case. We'll keep you updated as more information comes in. Thanks for watching.